Okay, let's try that again. There we go. I don't know what happened there. All right. If you are just joining, let me know where you're joining from. I'd love to know. We are gonna practice a little bit of whatever this is called. So I am getting stuff together here. All right. Getting stuff together here. Man, who is excited for the Easter candy? Me. I am excited for the Easter candy. Hey, Kelsey, how you doing? Jelly beans? Man, I love jelly beans. Well, welcome on in. I'm gonna grab some paper. Any day now, come on. All right, I'm gonna grab some paper and we are gonna practice. I think this is called Senna, S-E-N-N-A, is that right? I don't know. Hey, Ann, how are you doing? You don't care much for candy? That's what's wrong with you, Tim. Now we know. Oh my goodness. See, now we know. All right. I think fancy nails. I know, I painted them today. Fancy nails. Fancy nails. Did I get paint on me? Oh, I did. Look right here. I got fingernail polish on me. But I got the fancy nails today. Yay! All right. Let me fix up our YouTube friends over here. Put y'all where you can see everything and I can see you. And let's put our TikTok family where they can see. All right. More like sour things. Oh, I do too, though. I like sour candy too. Hey, Harry Marshall, how you doing? Hey, Christy, how are you? All right, got our coffee going on. I've had quite a few questions on how to do something like this. So we are gonna practice how to do something like this. I hope you're up for it. Hey, Mitzi in Arkansas. How you doing? We have a few people in Arkansas. My parents just moved from Arkansas. There you go. Thanks, Tim. Senna, S-E-N-N-A. Yep, that's what we're going to be working on tonight. So grab a pen and grab a paper. We're about to get started. So we are going to do something that is a little more fluid. There's going to be no right or wrong for this. So just prepare yourself. Oh, you like the spilled ink look for on your oh, what was the name of that tangle? It was henna drum, right? Senna is one of your favorites. Yay! I'm so glad. Thanks, Kelsey, for taking care of. Yeah, okay, so for those of you out here on YouTube, here's what you need to do. We don't do shout outs. We don't do like, you know, we will encourage you to subscribe, but we don't do a lot of that. And we just be nice. We don't talk ugly. We just be nice, or Kelsey gonna get you. So, but hey, I mean, Jade, I will tell you hello. How you doing? I usually do say hi to people that come in. It sometimes takes me a second to notice on YouTube because our feed is a little slower than it is anywhere else. So, hey, Steffi, how you doing? So grab a pen, grab a paper. In case you're wondering, we are live here on YouTube. We are also live over here on TikTok. We usually have a lot of conversations going on the TikTok side. So, just letting you know. Just letting you know. Denise, glad you're here. Okay, grab a pen, grab a paper. We are going to get started with a little bit of Senna. Hope that's just understand that there's no mistakes in this one. Okay, you can't do anything wrong in this one. It is virtually impossible to do anything wrong in this one. I have been practicing. I've been practicing trying to give it a few little spaces, like, a few little empty spaces. Oh my God. Every time. I think it's y'all. I think y'all are giving me the hiccups. Lisa's all in, man. She's up for the challenge. Oh, the fun nails, I know, right? Hey, Rose, how you doing? You've had good and bad days with Senna. It either looks good or terrible. As have I, Tim, as have I. But here's what we're going to do. We are going to draw a guideline for... I almost wondered if we should... I don't have anything on hand, but I almost wondered if we should, like, make an outline of something or, and fill it in. Like, where is this? Let me find my book. Like this. So it doesn't necessarily have to be abstract. You could use this pattern to fill things in, like, okay, I'll give you a couple of examples. You could keep it abstract and do designs on top of it. Like this, okay? So that's an option, right? To just make it a background and put something on top. Or you can fill stuff in with it, like, I should be doing this in this album. You can fill stuff in with it like this. We made a leaf and we filled it in, okay? So if you think you need a blank paper to do it, you don't. You can always, like, you could do this in a coloring book. You could, do this on just whatever. You could make a design and fill it in. It's a lot of fun. So let's get started. You like the leaf? I do too. You like the one with the filled in loops? Yeah, I do too. I've been practicing that. It's still not where I want it to be, but it's better than it was. So for tonight, we're just gonna make an abstract. Did you make it? I did not, Christy, I did not. It was a gift from a subscriber from the rainforest place. It was from Amazon. Who cares anymore, right? It was from Amazon. And I have them linked. If you go to the link in my profile, I have an Amazon art supply list, and it is linked in there. If you do it on a computer, sure, Jade. If you have a digital device, if you're using a digital device to draw, yeah, sure, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, here we go. Let's see if my pen is dry now because I left the cap off. So I am just gonna make. Hey, Donna. I am just gonna make this kind of wavy, loopy line. And I have learned that if you want those empty spaces, make some good curves. Make some good curves. But we're just gonna make these, I'm just gonna make it like this. Okay, so I've got just like a splat, right? Just a Let me see if I can move our family over just a little bit so that we can move this over. There we go. All right, so we've got this splat on the page. It is totally okay if your splat is a little wonkier than mine is. That's totally fine. If it's not quite as, I knew I shouldn't have moved y'all. I knew I shouldn't have moved y'all. But, you know, I would like to be able to see you as well. We've got a few, yep, this is true. We've got a few people in the community who do digital drawing. Sure do. The spilled ink look would look good. Yes, right? I know. Hey, Anahi, how are you doing? Okay, once you have your wonky wonk, I don't know what to call it. It's just, you know, your organic figure there. Oh my gosh. From here, all we gotta do is outline stuff. That's it. You start at any point on the line. We are gonna start on the line. You're hooked on Andrea's book page angles. Oh, nice. Okay, we're gonna start at any point on the line. So I'm just gonna pick a point on the line, okay? And I am gonna pull out from that line and I'm gonna move it around and maybe I'm gonna move it over. And my line is maybe not gonna be so straight and that's okay. And then at any point, you can stop. You don't have to do this across the whole thing. You can stop anywhere. From there, I'm gonna keep repeating that pattern. So I usually repeat this a couple of times. Maybe it stops a little bit early. It doesn't go all the way to the next one. I don't know. There's no right or wrong. You can do whatever you want. Maybe I just do this a couple of times. Maybe I start a little farther up and I decide to round it out because that's getting a little pointy. This piece right in here is becoming a little pointy and not a fan. So we can smooth it out and we can keep going. Maybe I decide to come back into here and come out this way. Most of mine end up in these S-shape curves. And I'm just gonna keep going back into where these lines meet. Maybe this comes all the way around. And it's just gonna keep going back into where those lines meet. Mine are not normally consistent in width and how far apart they are. So I'm gonna stop it right there. Maybe I feel like this needs another line in here, so I'll put another line in there. And when I feel like this space is enough, and that's subjective, but when I feel like that space is enough, then I can color it in. Now look, this is just the way that I do this. I'm sure that other people will have different variations on how they draw loops and how they make things. Oh, thanks for the gift. You know, how they accomplish this effect. This is, I can't even say like I did not learn this from anybody. It's just what I do. But I'm gonna keep moving my way up this line. So I'm gonna let this cross over and come back in, and cross over and come back in, just like this. It reminds me of toothpaste. It's what it makes me think of. Sometimes they touch again, sometimes they don't. There's no right or wrong. This one intimidates you? Oh, Rose, where do you feel like the struggle is? I love doing this on the live stream because I love the conversation of where do you think you struggle? Let's talk about it. I think that's what the live stream is here for. Your struggle is Huggins. I feel like there's no real right or wrong in this one. You can start anywhere you want to. You can end anywhere you want to. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to skip and then start somewhere over here, you could. It doesn't have to be so fluid that it looks like it moves all the way around. You can make it look like it all moves up or it all moves over. There's really no right or wrong. Somebody has a loud motorcycle. And we are set pretty far off the road. So at some point when I feel like this line gets too difficult for me to like not have to lift my pen to finish it, because that's what I don't like. I don't like drawing out a line and then having to lift my pen and readjust to finish the line. When I feel like that line is starting to get too long, I'll just start at a new place. And I'll keep those lines a little shorter and a little more manageable. I like a definite pattern to follow, and too much freedom is scary for me. Oh, see, Rose, this is a great place to practice that, because there is truly no right or wrong. And I do not set out in these patterns, I don't set out with an end visual. I have no idea what it's gonna look like in the end. I didn't necessarily choose this shape. It just found its way onto the paper. And knowing that you can start and stop anywhere, it's kind of like just be in the process of the journey. And it's just paper in the end. Will it be a fish? Maybe. That's right. That's the fun of it. You just don't know. You don't know what it's going to look like in the end. You don't know what kind of twists and turns it's going to take, unless you're really methodical and you've planned it out and you're like, okay, this is what I want it to look like. But that's not what we do here. And that's okay. Look, there's nothing wrong with being thought out and planned. My husband is a very like structured, planned, like he doesn't do well when there's no plan. And I have a child like that too. One of my children does not do well when there's no plan. They thrive when they know the plan and they can, adjust to the plan. But when there's no plan, and I do not. Structure, I'm fine in structure, but I really love the process of the journey. Don't give me too much information. It's gonna stress me out to have too much information. Oh my gosh, like a true doodle. Yeah, like a true doodle. You should see us on vacation. On vacation, he has to research everything, and he's got to know like where we're going and all the things that we're gonna do. And I'm the kind of person that's just like, I'm okay not knowing what I'm missing. If I don't know that I'm missing it, I won't care. Hey Tamu, how you doing? Hey Amanda. Amanda says, I prefer a plan in some instances, but I'm okay with it flying by the seat of my pants in some. Yep, just let the art reveal itself. That's right, Katie. Okay, so we've got this little space in here that comes to a point, and there's a couple of things that we could do. We could either continue to come out of this point. We could continue to come out of this point and start to move this line around in both directions until it's not quite so pointy. Is he a Cancer or a Libra? I don't know. He was born in June. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. Rose says, I like being spontaneous, but I'm a very structured and planned and scheduled too. You think he's a Gemini? I don't know. Is he? He's born in the beginning of June. the beginning of June. There you go. You can start to, the fun part about this is you can change directions whenever you want to. But you can also sway the movement by how big you turn the curve. So we're gonna start to turn this curve just because we can. We're gonna start to turn this curve a little bit bigger, and we're gonna keep this curve really small, which means our line might run into itself repetitively here. So as we come out of this, I'm gonna start to make this curve a little bit bigger. See how it starts to swoop down and then it connects? And we'll do it again. And maybe it connects a little farther. And a little farther. There we go, see? And now we're starting to create this loop pattern in this area too. And if we really wanted to, we could come out of here and we could draw more loops on top. Lines on top, like that, to make a different kind of loop. So there you go. Kelsey says, if I'm not scheduled to the 15-minute, I'm dying. Oh, Liv, you are welcome to follow my steps, but look, be aware. I don't know what I'm doing. I am BSing my way through this. Hey, Heidi, how you doing? Oh, I like your name. Why not create? That's really cute. I like the way you did that. It's so soothing, especially being that I like to create and come from a family of artists. How nice. Oh, I love that. Okay, so if we want to make this into a loop, we're going to take this line that we've created here and see how it kind of juts out right there. We're going to move it back in toward here. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full loop at the moment. So, you know, maybe we come in like this and we make a loop here. And then we start to gradually move this together like that. Now we have a loop that we can color in. So we'll color this loop in. The other way to create loops is to literally draw them first. You could draw the loop first and then move all your lines around that. But that's not what I want to do tonight. Not is your maiden name. How wonderful. Oh my gosh. Look, that is genius. I love that. Moon Petal Collection says, I have a reverse coloring book and saw this and had to start. Oh, look, okay. Moon Petal, where did you get your reverse coloring book? I have reverse coloring books from Kendra Norton and I love them so much. But I'm going to tell you, I hate to draw in them. A lot of, okay, don't get myself in trouble. I don't like to draw on them because I like to show them off the way that they are, because from time to time we put them in our giveaway, like this month. Shh, don't tell Kendra. Don't tell Kendra that sometimes I tear pages out so that you don't see them. Because those are the ones that I draw on. But yeah, we put those kind of things. As a matter of fact, this month we have a bunch of coloring books that we are putting into our giveaway. Coloring books from Kendra Norton, from Anna from Zentangle Art Story, from Bazzy, from Live Arts Venture, and from, help me out here, oh, from Rokia. We have some coloring books from Rokia that we're putting in there as well. Love the spring nails. Thanks, Valerie. You don't get the reverse coloring book? I've been studying in this book that has like loose watercolor in it, and I have been like doodling in it and using it kind of as, using those images as like a reverse coloring page while I study. So it's been helpful, you know, but those are all florals, and for me, florals tend to be a lot easier than other things, you know, like butterflies. So the pages have color like watercolor and you add in the lines. Yes, yes. I wonder if I have, hang on, let me grab the one that I have. hot diggity dog. I had a couple more that I wanted to show you. This is the reverse coloring book from Kendra Norton. Well, one of them, she has several. This is the one that I have, and it is literally, see, it's just paint, and then you go fill it in with whatever you choose. And see, just paint, and you fill it in with whatever you like. So we're gonna have a reverse coloring book from Kendra Norton, a coloring book from Anna from Zentangle Art Story, and hers are just beautiful. We did color one. I colored this one, so you know, these are just like regular coloring books from artists that we know and we love, that we have actually had the chance to live stream with. We have one of Bazzy's coloring books. Let me grab one of hers. Okay, so we have a Bazzy coloring book, and hers are really fun because she kind of lays down the design for you, like the basic design, and then you can go fill it in. There was another one from, I don't have a physical one from Rokia, but we started a Rokia page the other day. It looks like this, and it's beautiful. I have a lot of Rokia's digital downloads. And don't worry, we're gonna be finishing this, just not tonight. But we will be finishing this. You hear that, Lindsay? We will be finishing this. You feel like you need a group tutorial? Come on, Tamu, let's do it. Oh, there's so much fun in learning a new skill, you know? It's your chance to play. And there's no mistakes, it's just paper until you see me use paper and stress out. Shh, that doesn't ever happen here, right, y'all? That's right. Yours is Kendra's too? Oh, I love Kendra Norton. Beautiful, beautiful work. I love her page. I love watching her create her backgrounds. Just so precious. Sometimes it's hard for you just to start on an idea. Me too, Valerie, and I love that about, so there's another book that I was looking for. It's from Mario, shoot, help me out. Mario Martin, called the Mindfulness Doodles coloring book. And I thought I had it right here, but I don't see it. But his is a much smaller album, full of like doodles that he starts and you get to finish. So those are kind of cool too. You know, that way if you don't know where to start but you want to learn something new, it's kind of like, well, he starts the pattern for you and then you go finish it. So it's kind of fun. But I thought that would be a lot of fun to put in our giveaway this month. So in case you didn't know, every month we have a giveaway for subscribers only. If you're here on YouTube, that means paid subscribers. We have a paid subscribers section here on TikTok. You can subscribe through TikTok, or you can click the link in my profile and subscribe through my coffee page. It's KO-FI. It's the first button on that link. Easy peasy. But yeah, and you don't have to be present to win. You just have to be a paid subscriber. It's usually the paper that helps prevent. Yeah, this is true. If you're hang on, I can't do two thoughts at the same time. We're gonna start at any other place because I want to start to fill this section in. So I'm just gonna pick a place to start, and I'm gonna make a little, to make it smoother and not so pointy. And then you can fill it in. See? There you go, easy peasy. If you are looking for alcohol marker paper that doesn't bleed, let me tell you, thanks, Tabitha. Is there a place to purchase your books? So I don't make anything from these books. Well, that's probably not true because I do have an affiliate account. I do not make anything from the creators of this book. You can purchase them on Amazon or because they are people that we know and love, I am not beyond telling you, hey, go to their profile, check out the link in their profile, go to their coffee page and purchase from their coffee page. You can get digital downloads. Or you can subscribe here for a chance to win a bunch of coloring books. But if you are looking for alcohol marker paper that doesn't bleed, oh my gosh, look no further than the Ohuhu alcohol marker paper. It is incredible. You can color alcohol marker on both sides and no problems at all. Nancy, thanks so much for the gift. While I'm thinking about it, y'all, we have been trying to reach 50 team members here on TikTok. You click the little heart at the top. I think it costs like a penny. But yeah, we're trying to reach 50 members. Why? I don't know, because TikTok said your next challenge is to reach 50 team members. Oh my gosh. So there you go. Yeah, send a heart me, join the team members. We're gonna smooth out this little section just a little bit more. So I'm basically just starting in the same place and ending a little bit further down each time. Okay, I feel like that's a manageable wave. So I'm gonna follow this wave down and back into there. See, now we've created a new wave. Just try to purchase from artists. See, I do too. Why not create that? That is exactly what we do here too. So all the coloring books that we have going into our giveaway are people that we have live streamed with before. And people that we like love and just love to support. I'm always looking for small businesses. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for a specialty small business at the moment. I'm not going to tell you what. But I am looking for somebody to make something for me that I pay for. Don't get me wrong, not like, you know. But I'm looking for somebody to make something specific that I can put in our giveaway. And I don't know, I'm in talks with somebody right now, but they are not US based, and I would love to find a US based vendor for that, like just a small business. But I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You wanna make a coloring book sometime? I would love to as well, but I'm not that organized, I feel like. Yeah, I'm not that organized. So, okay, let's get to getting. Okay, we're gonna straighten this one out too. And maybe this comes around and maybe it loops on over. See, it loops on over. I'm not a fan of having to pick up my pen, so I'm gonna stop it at this line right here. And maybe I will give it another line inside of here. Okay, I'm comfortable with that. Let's give this an inside. So we just follow this around. Follow it around, and maybe we make it touch and come back in. So there's no real right or wrong. There's no real consistency in pattern or flow. That's right, subscriptions go into the subscriber fund. That's right. Harry Marshall is correct. We use our subscriber funds for the giveaway. I go purchase things from people that we know and love, that we support. I go purchase things from them with our subscriber funds, and that's how we do our giveaway. So, you know, if you've ever thought about foregoing a bougie cup of coffee, you could subscribe and have fun all month long. We have a wonderful subscribers group here. Well, it's not here on TikTok, it's somewhere else. But we have a subscribers group where we have even more fun. You made a cookbook one time. Oh, how nice. Yeah, see, okay, I feel like that too. Moon Petal says, yeah, it's fair, but I do like 20 things at a time, so usually it's just an idea I have. That's me too. I feel like I'm just the dreamer. I'm not the one to actually get it done. That would be my husband. I'm just the one that starts the project. And then he sighs, and he knows that he's going to have to bail me out. And he's going to have to come finish the project. Oh my goodness. All right. So if we want to turn this into a loop, then we've got to somehow make this section and this section move toward each other. Thanks for subscribing. Okay, why not create? I need you to do me a huge favor. And this part is really, really important. I need you to, this is going to sound crazy. I need you to hop out of the live stream and message me real quick. Just anything. It could be a thumbs up, emoji, hey, whatever. But I need you to get the conversation started because a lot of times people's permissions are so locked down that I can't message them. So I would love to get you information on the secret group, or you could look, Nancy's here. You could message Nancy and she could help you into the secret group as well. So either message me or message Nancy. Nancy, if you would pin your yourself to the top of the comments, either one of us could help you out. Obviously, I can't help you out until we're done here, but if you want to get a head start and get in now, Nancy can help you out. Okay, so we've got to make this point and this point draw closer together. Well, howdy, Poison Cupcake. How you doing? There's a snake in my boot. How you doing? It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So to get these 2 points to start moving toward each other, we've got to make this section a little bigger, right? And we've got to do the same thing for over here. So I'm going to pick a point somewhere over here, and I'm going to start to move some curves that move in this way. And they just maybe get bigger here and thinner here. And kind of like drawing an S and a backwards S. So there we go. You could continue to make some more little things in here if you so wanted to. And then color it in. Or if you didn't like that, you can color in more. That's totally up to you. You just messaged me on TikTok. Good deal, good deal. You couldn't get TikTok to work right on your computer. It kept stopping. Oh, interesting. Interesting. How are we doing here in YouTube land? How are y'all tonight? All right. So we can either continue following this path, or I'm not going to do this tonight. We've done this before, and I'm not going to do it this time. Or you could draw another guideline to connect somewhere else. Like you could pull out another wavy guideline that moves through here and connects, or all the way down. Just know that you're going to have a line all the way down the center. I'm going to choose not to do that tonight because I want it to be a little less structured and a little more unplanned. So not picking up your pen in the middle of, it's not necessarily key. Some people really like to see how long of a line they can make. So let's see, let's just move along this path because we've got these double lines. So let's see how long of a line we can make. I am gonna fill in this section because it's starting to get pointy, and I'm not a fan of making a whole bunch of pointy spaces. We already have one here, and all these move down into points. So I'm gonna start to round this out. I'm gonna start to round this out like this. And now I feel like I have a nice curve that I can flow through. So I am gonna move through this. And I'm gonna trace this. Or I'm gonna outline this, I should say. And that's about as long of a line as I would do. Some people really like to see how long they can move that line. Obviously, if you kept doing this, then you're just gonna, and never connecting, you're gonna end up with just this ever extending pattern of the same thing, and you're not gonna end up with all these little different sections in here. So at some point we do want it to connect. You almost drank your watercolor water. Lisa, I'm glad we're not watercoloring tonight because I have my coffee closer than usual, and I was a little bit worried about that myself. Actually, I was worried about sticking my paintbrush in my coffee is what I was really worried about. So I'm glad that we are not watercoloring tonight. So I'm gonna keep my lines a little bit shorter. They don't necessarily have to be that short, but you know, I'm gonna keep them a little more manageable. And that does a couple of things. It makes the line a little bit smoother and it creates smaller pockets of designs, of little, you know, just these smaller pockets of space to work in. You love the line art drawings? Oh, you can never get the hang of this. Lindsay, okay, grab a pen and grab a paper and come on and join us, because there's no time like the present. I'm telling you, there's no right or wrong. We don't know what it's gonna look like in the end. We just started off with this big thing. It could be any shape, just make it, you know, wonky. Well, hey from Korea, how are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. It's coming together. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think maybe I'm gonna make one more. My pen's starting to dry out here. I'm gonna make one more and I'm gonna stop it right there. See, then I can come in here and I can pick up further down this line. And I'm gonna end it the same place that my previous section was ending, but I'm gonna start to gradually extend it through here. So maybe it ends a little bit, just a little bit higher. And we start at the same place and end at the same place. So we're making this kind of loop section in here as well. From here, instead of starting farther over, I'm gonna start in this loop, in this last line that I just made, toward the tail end of it, and then I'm gonna just follow this line down, just like that. And again, I'll start, and now they touch. And now I have a new loop, and it looks different from this one, and it looks different from this one, and it looks different from this one. You get frustrated as it doesn't look how you want it. Oh, Lindsay, let me change your mindset. I want you to scratch everything that you think it's supposed to look like. Like, come to the paper with a clean slate. I think that's an important part of play, is just hold ideas very, very loosely. And I don't look at the paper as a whole. When I'm practicing stuff like this, that's a little more fluid and just part of play, I don't look at the paper as a whole and stress out about what I have to move in toward, what I have to do. Look, so many times I get down to this section and I'm like, oh, we're here now. Okay, like what do I do with this? It's a weird wonky space. A lot of times I'll just cover it with my hand, and that way I'm just working with a little bit of space at a time. But yeah, hold really loosely your expectations of what you think it's supposed to look like in the end, or as you're moving through it. I've had plenty of times, where did I put that piece of paper? I've had plenty of times where things go a little sideways. It happens here. So I'm gonna tell you what, this started out with this section right here. It started out with this big curve, okay? It was a big S. And that's how this piece started out, because I thought, in my head, I wanna create a loop. So let's make a couple of loops, right? And I didn't like where it went. Like, I just was not a fan of this. It wasn't exactly what I wanted. So that's when I decided to draw this whole big thing around it and start from the edge somewhere instead of forcing a visual. I don't know, I like the idea of just letting that display itself on the paper. It just comes into being. And sometimes it's really surprising, you know? You never know what's gonna present itself, just like life, right? You never know what life is gonna present. Could be something great, could be something not so great. And you learn how to maneuver through that. You learn how to function through that and breathe through that and just be present in that. So I think this practice lends itself really on a core level to being able to function in life. and being able to, I hate to use this term roll with the punches, but you know, whatever life presents, okay, we're here now. Um, we're not just going to survive it, we're going to learn how to thrive through it. So, yeah. Oh, can't wait to go to the beach this summer and do one of these. Yay! Why aren't you doing it now? Tai Chi on paper. Oh, I love that so much, Harry Marshall. Nancy says she doesn't do that well. Roll with the punches? Come on, Nancy. You're doing great. Thanks so much for the gifts, Lindsay. Lindsay Winsy Woo, thank you so much. Okay, see, we're just gonna keep moving this out, but maybe we stop it a little short. Maybe we follow this down and just make it a little more wonky. It can be as wonky and as wavy as you want it to be. You tried to do abstract art at the beach, but by the time you got ready, it was pouring. Oh, it's been raining here all day too. Man, our YouTube family's awfully quiet. That's not a bad thing, y'all. Whew, let me tell you what. Our YouTube moderators are on top of things because it's scary out there in YouTube land. Oh gosh, so invested in watching the first time. Why not create, look, it's gonna be different every time. Every time. I never know when I do one of these what to expect because I don't hold any expectations for the paper. We just keep putting ink on and see where it goes. And I think sometimes in life, you know, it's the same way. Sometimes you've just gotta release your expectations and see where it goes. I think that's part of play, and that's part of finding yourself in the journey. Because if you're so determined, I feel like if you're so determined for a specific outcome, there is so much you're gonna miss, right? There's so many opportunities for growth and expanding who you are that you're gonna miss in life when you're so set on an outcome. What is this? What is this? There's new buttons on here. I'm sorry. Squirrel moment. Reward completion challenge. I don't know what that means. We're skipping that. I don't know what that means. You're good to join with your coloring book. Do it. Do it. Do it. Put it in a coloring book. You jinx everything just by wanting it. Hey, Lisa, all I can say is release your expectations, you know? Hey, Steffi, how you doing? I'm so glad you're here. You're open to embracing change. Embracing change is hard for people who, look, my husband is not somebody who likes change. I think he could live his whole life and the furniture never ever be moved. You know, when we were first married, I used to tell him, like, thank goodness you're not blind, because I couldn't do it. And I certainly wouldn't tell you if I moved the furniture. I would just let you find out. Oh gosh. Yes, lower expectation song. Yes. Oh my gosh. Look, lower your expectations of the paper. Lower, I think this, look, you didn't hear me say this. Lower your expectations of yourself. Because if you're here and you're drawing along, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. I've got really low expectations of myself. Oh my goodness. But you know, during play, I do think that it is important to be okay with mistakes, right? Be okay with not knowing how to do something. Be okay with looking a little silly. Be okay with being frustrated. There is so much about learning that is frustrating. And I think people who learn things well deal with frustration well. They don't quit. They don't give up because something's hard. I will be the first person to tell you if something is difficult, I'm out. I'm done. I will try it once and I might pick it up a second time because I forgot how hard it is. And then I know better and I'm done. Oh my gosh, Nancy says, I've never moved my furniture except to take the old couch out and put a new one in its place. No. Oh gosh. You're not a regimented person. I am not a regimented person. I am a very much go with the flow kind of person. I feel like I thrive in the unexpected, the unknown. Do I panic a little bit? Yes. But I feel like I thrive under, like, you know, when the deadline is looming, right? In that space where the deadline is looming, and that's where everything comes together for me. You bet you're mainly sticklers? Maybe, I don't know. Oh my God, Amanda says, I've rearranged my living room 5 times in the 3 years I've been here. What is wrong with y'all? My mom and I used to move furniture every Saturday. You too, pressure makes you work great. Yeah, I'm great under pressure. Feel like, you know, that's where I thrive, is under pressure. All right, we're gonna take this line over because I feel like that was, you know, a little bit, I don't know, a little bit too open there. So we're gonna take that line over and maybe we take it over this way. And maybe we bring it under. So I do like doing this crisscross pattern to create some of these loops. It makes that loop formation a lot easier to travel through. You and your sister love to move furniture? I love to move furniture. I love it. However, I will be so thankful when we eventually, it's not anytime soon, but eventually get a new couch, because right now we have a sectional. And the sectional drives me crazy because y'all, it doesn't have a corner piece. It is a sectional that doesn't have a corner piece. It's just like a line and a line. There's just those two pieces. I take that back. There is one chair that goes between, and that chair is in a closet somewhere because I can't stand it. But yeah, it drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. You're purposely putting the oops factor look into a tangle to give it character. Sometimes a mistake can be a great thing. You know, sometimes that oops moment, own it. I love the moments that I have those oops moments, like, oh man, I did that wrong, or I'm working in this certain pattern and not paying attention and, you know, have a hiccup. Those are my favorite spaces. I own it. I usually color them gold. Because I'm like, there it is. If you're gonna notice it, you're gonna notice it. You know what I'm saying? So those moments are okay. We have them in life too. We're not perfect. We're not gonna do everything perfect. I feel like those are the moments to learn from. So why not? You know, look, there they are. There they. I think that for me, helps me to be honest and genuine when I call out those spaces. It brings to life, one, the humanity of things, but it also keeps me transparent and open and honest with myself. Like, oh yep, there it is on full display. It's still beautiful. We still made something of it. It doesn't have to be, I don't have to throw it in the trash, right? I don't have to be like, oh my gosh, this was such a failure. Now granted, there are some pieces that, you know, not very many, probably 2 that I can think of that I have literally thrown away. Yeah, if you spill ink or paint, just turn it into something else. It'll be okay. Unless you're building a house. Look, know your skill set. Hey, Lori, know your skill set. If you're building a house, make sure, do it right. Just do it right. Tamu, you do not want to add a sectional. There, See, I added a sectional because we are limited on space in our living room. And I needed the most seating for, you know, what I could get. And I certainly did that. But I don't necessarily need that anymore. So, yeah, I'm not a fan. Flip the paper over and try again. I have a lot like that. I have a lot of those papers. And I think more than anything else, I have a lot of papers that we have just, they get a name. I don't know how else to describe it. They get a name. All the really bad pieces, y'all, stick around long enough. All the really bad pieces, our community ends up naming them, and they live in infamy. And I love it so much. I love that they have a reputation for themselves. Oh my gosh. It just makes my day, thrills my soul. Oh no! Well, plug that sucker in. Look, let me make sure mine is let's plug this one in. I mean, it should have a charge, but just in case, because we always do this. We always run out of juice in one, and then it becomes this back and forth. You have good news and bad news. No. What do I want first, Lori? What do I want? Do I want the good news first or the bad news first? You ran upstairs to get your charger. Well, I'm glad you're back. Oh, I do not have a puzzle piece yet, Kim. I can see both screens though, so we're good to go. All right. So let's work through some of this some more. Right, so let's just, we pull out a new section, and that's about as long of a line as I can draw without it getting, you know, wonky. And we don't have to keep them a consistent width. So you can see here, we made it a little wider, and then we made it a little narrower, and we made it a little wider again. So, oh, the burnt snowman, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Lori, wasn't it supposed to be a melty snowman? What happened? Oh my God, Lori. Lori, you should have made him a marshmallow snowman. A little charred marshmallow snowman. Oh my God, he's really melting now. Send him to me. That's the one that I want. Send him to me. He can be a chocolate snowman. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh goodness. So in case you didn't know, we have some of our favorite people from our subscribers who are putting in some of their work and some of the things that they make. Lori is making us a melty snowman. I'm telling you, just make him into a burnt marshmallow snowman. Yours kind of looks like a spider web. Hey, I'm telling you, there's no right or wrong. Loose your expectations. She drew the outside. Oh yes, Tamu, we drew this. See this wobbly wonky outside line? That's what we drew first, and we connected it all the way around. So we just drew a wobbly wonky line. You can make it as big or as small as you want. So if you want little pockets of them, you can make a bunch of smaller ones. They don't have to be this big. He was so good too. I'm telling you, just make him into a burnt marshmallow for me. I would love it. Run a little stick through him. Put him on a graham cracker. Put him on a graham cracker. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I do know that Tamu is like Bazzy's Nancy. I know. I know know, and I'm so glad she's here. All right. So maybe it stops a little shorter, right? Stops a little shorter. I don't like that we have, I don't know if you can see this. I don't like that we have this little hiccup right here with our pen. So I'm just gonna try to thicken that out a little bit. That way it disappears and we don't have that little hiccup. The line, oh, you mean the lines are so small. Oh, look, if you don't want, I meant to say this in the beginning. Y'all, I started us off on a bad foot. I'm so sorry. I meant to say this in the beginning. If you don't want your lines to be so small, grab a thicker pen. So this was done with a 0.5. This one was done with a 0.5. This one I'm doing with a 0.3. The smaller your pen is, the smaller the nib, the more tedious these lines are gonna become. So I would say start with a larger pen. It helps to fill in the space a little bit faster. He'll be one of a kind, never to be replicated again. I love it. I love it. Okay. We're gonna move through this section to round it out. So we round that out just like that. All right. Round it out. Round it out. This is starting to look a little messy, so. And maybe we move across like that. And we'll do it again. We'll cross over in the same place. And one more time, just because we can. We cross over in the same place. Now we have this little pointy spot that I'm not digging, so we're gonna round it out. I'm gonna move up in here and we're just gonna round it out with a little S. We might make one more. Now, see, that kind of flows through. They turn into super cool things. We had one that turned into something that looked kind of like Max, and that wasn't even on purpose. You have no idea what Lisa was trying to say? She's trying to say, Tamu is to Bazzy what you are to me. Oh my gosh. Do I have smaller nib pins on the other colors? Some blue, a green, or red. What do you mean? Are you asking if I have other colors in small nib pins? Absolutely. They're not going to be waterproof fine liners, and that's okay. If you're not planning on watercoloring over it or, you know, that kind of stuff, then who cares? But yeah, like Le Pen makes some fine nib things. Hang on, I'll show you. Le Pen makes some fine nib things. It's a 0.3. I think, yeah, I think you guys both give Bazzy a hard time. No, I was not. So normally if I do this, I would watercolor it first. And then I would do this over it. So no, we will not be watercoloring. This is just regular paper. Puzzle piece. I think that, Nancy, help me out. I think that, oh my God, what is the name of that? Come on, help me out. Jelly Roll. Does Jelly Roll make something? I'm pretty sure they make something smaller than a 0.5. You could certainly do new colors. You could use Rytech. I don't know if Rytech makes color nibs in fine liners, but I know like Micron does. I think Settler might. What's the other? There's another. Let me find it. Stabilo. That's the one I'm thinking of. Stabilo does. You could find Stabilo. They look like this. had some other ones in here and I don't know what I did with them. But you can find some, you know, Stabilos make all kind of colors too. And they come in pretty fine. I think this one's a thicker pen, but, you know, here you go. Yeah, Micron makes other colors. Add some color today. I am not. I hate to break it to you. I am not adding color today. Nancy says the smallest she has in Jelly Roll is an 06. Okay. Good to know. You drew some roses on this reverse coloring page and doing this fine line work in the background. Oh, nice. So you can also do this inside your roses. We've made roses like this before. Oh, you're going to order a Tom Studio so you can get different colors. Just be aware, Robin, that changing out those colors is a little bit messy. Just making you aware. And also, if you are invested in Tom Studio ink pens, I would not suggest the sketch ink in the Lumos. Or I've had a tough time with waterproof ink in general in the really small nibs, like the 0.3, the 0.2, the 0.1. Not so much in the larger nibs, but in the very smaller nibs, I've had a problem with waterproof ink in general, no matter what kind. Okay, that being said, order some extra, what do you call them? The little, what do you call those things? These things, hang on. Hold on. They're way back here, hold on. Come on. We ain't got time for this, hold on. Look now, I'm gonna need you to cooperate. You're in here somewhere. These things. See these things? So this one is waterproof, this one's sketch ink, and I would not use it in my Lumos. A cartridge, yeah, it's not really, I don't know what they call it. I don't know if it's called a cartridge or what it's called, but it's, you know, the little thing that you put in the pen. So I've got 2 of these in here because I've got a duo pen. But order some extra of those. They're not called ink foam either. They're called, Lord almighty. Help me out, somebody. What are they called? Is it a cartridge? It's like a circle in a circle. Thanks, Harry Marshall. Like a wheel within a wheel. Oh my gosh. You're on the site trying to find them. Thanks. I appreciate that. The thing that holds the ink. God. That is not what they're called. I'm never going to be able to think about it. I'm never going to be able to think of them. I cannot remember what they're named. All right, so we're making this loop into, or this section into a loop in here. But I want to maybe make this a loop like this. One day, Amanda will come back and tell us what it's called. A reservoir. Maybe? Maybe. I think that might be right. I honestly don't remember. All right, so we're going to end this somewhere in here, and we're going to make it a little loop in here. It's a loopin'. It's a doodad. The name of the paper. I am just using heavyweight printer paper. It's called Nina? Wait a minute. It's this. Hang on, I'll show you. There you go. It's a whatchamacallit, Robin says. It's this. It's a Nina cardstock, but it is the 110-pound paper. 110-pound. The glass pen. Oh, I do too. I love the glass pen for doing this. So much fun. A glass dipping pen is actually, if you are looking at like fountain pen ink, water-soluble ink, a glass dipping pen is great. it might be a better investment if you just like changing colors often. Robin, if you like changing colors often, a glass pen might be a better investment. I don't change colors very often in my Tom Studio pen, but I think, so there is a pen from Tom Studio that is a dip pen that I have been eyeballing. Oh my gosh, I have been eyeballing this pen. Because I think it might be a better fit for being able to change colors easily. I like my Lumos for travel, but like for at home when I'm like, ooh, let's play with some color. I really have thought about looking into that dip pen because, oh, it's gorgeous. Spare ink reservoirs is what you're looking for on the site. There you go. If you're ordering the Lumos, and make sure you make them specific to the pen that you purchase if you're going that route. Just some things. If you have questions, message me. So there you go. Why not do this on colored paper? Because don't have a piece of colored paper this big. That's why. I don't have a good reason, Tamu, because this is a piece of paper that I've had next to me. But hey, I bet you have a huge variety of colored paper. I would love to see what it looks like on colored paper, or you could add color. So, I'm just saying, you have a paper. you have options. We've already started. I love you so much. Oh gosh, you've been using your Lumos for journaling more than drawing. I really like, oh, the other thing, okay, there is one more thing you might want to get if you're going that route and you use it a lot, would be a pen grip. There is something about that barrel that always makes me feel like I am gonna, like it's just gonna slide out of my hand, even though I know that it's not. I know it's not, but it just gives me the feeling like it's gonna get away from me. So I had to get a pen grip. But you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. That's right. Black paper and gold pen. Oh, that would be gorgeous, but we've already started. Yeah, it is hard to grip. Amanda, I can help you out. I can help you out. White ink. So I have had trouble finding a decent white ink that shows up white on black paper for a dip pen. Tim, if you found one, I would love to know. The One Dip Wonder? I think that's it. I think that's the one I was looking at. I was looking at that one, and I was also, there was one other one, and I can't remember what it was, but there was one other one that has like the foot nib that separates, like when you press it, it separates. I was looking at that one too. So like a fluid writer or something. I don't know. But yeah, the dip pen, I've had my eyeball on since it came out, and I'm just like, oh, I want that pen so bad. Like, you just don't even know. And I haven't bit the bullet yet because I ain't got that much money, like, in a slush fund. You know what I'm saying? Because I spend all of our money on y'all. So, and anything else I earn, which isn't much, because I don't babysit anymore and I don't get paid to do the things I do anymore. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. You got the metal calligraphy nib. Ooh. Nice. You bought some white dip ink. Hang on. But you haven't tried it yet. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? They have a bunch of dip pens now. Oh, God, gotta go look now. Dang. See, I've been specifically avoiding Tom Studio, their website, because I want this pen. And I'm like, if I go again, God. I'm gonna be in trouble. Oh, that's why you suggested a different color pen. Yeah, but look, okay, if I did a different color pen, then we would have this subtle shift, right? It would be the subtle shift, and then we'd be back to this black outline over here. So I'm just gonna keep moving forward with this. But can, you know, can you add color on yours? I would love to know. You have everything but sketchbooks nearby. Hey, if you have a coloring book, put it in a coloring book. It doesn't have to be a sketchbook. You do this in anything. All right. Okay. See, we're gonna go backwards this time. We're gonna move across this way, and we're gonna move across this way. And maybe this comes all the way back down into there like that. It didn't have to meet in the same place. We just made a new thing. It's gonna be a new thing. See, we're gonna make a new thing. And it's gonna come back in here like this. Just like that, it's a new thing. And see, then we can move this around. And we can make it as small as we want. And when we have something that we want to work with, well, we color it in. And then we've made another loop. Now, if you wanted to do this the really fast way, if you really wanted to do this the fast way, you would draw a bunch of these outside lines that we've made. You would draw a bunch of these. And then you would go start to connect things. You would do this same thing until you hit that long line that you've made. We're not going to do that because I really want this to flow around. So we're just going to keep moving our way around. So maybe we move a line that moves this way and back this way. Now, do you see where this is going? Do you see where this is going? Okay. Now we can fill this little space in and fill this little space in. Maybe we color that in like that, and we can color that in like that. Okay, so now we have a new space to create a new loop. Have I ever gone skydiving or bungee jumping? I have not. I have watched my husband do a control fall in Vegas off of the stratosphere. But, and I have photographed somebody from the ground, me from the ground. I have photographed somebody skydiving. Why they wanted me to do that, I don't know. I'm like, you do realize that your plane is going to look this little in the picture. I'm not going to see you jumping out of it. Like, I don't know what you think you're going to get. Yeah, I don't know. But it was a job, so. Never heard of Zentangles before you came across your page. Oh, nice. It's now your favorite pastime. Thanks, Stacy. Aw. Well, tonight we're drawing the Tangle Senna. It's just meandering. You can fill space with it. You could use it as a background. There's, you know, I like this particular design because there's no expectations. There's no mistakes. There's no right or wrong. Just so long as you're putting ink on the page. It can start and stop wherever you want it to. So, you know, fun stuff. It's a great place to play. I like this for if I've got things to work through, or I've had a hard day, or just a lot of thoughts on my mind, then I feel like this is a good space to decompress because I don't have any expectations of this paper. You could fold it in half and make it into a card for someone. Well, there you go. See? Kim Tate makes pockets all the time. So I'm told. Kim Tate is like, don't like it. Glue it together. It's pocket. Oh, you're stuck at home sick. Oh, so many people are sick right now. You can keep it. Don't send it over here. Don't cough or breathe in my general direction. You hear me? I don't want it. I don't need it. Don't do it. Oh, gosh. this is also your first time to discover this, hey, look, it's been around since before they named it Zentangle. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new. It's been around literally forever. It just eventually somebody gave it a name. That I feel like look, I am not, let's get one thing straight. I am not a Zentangle, what do you call it? What do you call them? Certified, whatever. I don't have any kind of certification. I don't have any kind of art certification. I'm just somebody out here who likes to put ink on paper. And I don't always do that well. I usually tell people, if you are following along, you follow at your own risk, because I usually don't have a plan. And I think that's why I like this so much, because there's no plan. I don't need a plan. So you won't hear me say a lot of Zentangle names because I usually don't know them. I just happen to know this because we've been doing this one for a while and people tell me what it is all the time. So yeah, you won't hear me use a lot of Zentangle terms, things like that. We just put ink on paper and see where it goes. And if you're drawing along, it's at your own risk. You're you're risking your own paper. So, oh gosh, you can see yourself doing this after the family goes to bed, and smooth background music. Oh, I like that. Every once in a while on Sunday nights, we play music in here, just like something atmospheric. But I haven't been able to do that since we've been live streaming on both places because it takes 2 devices. So I haven't been able to play anything. But you can hear the rain outside. Well, hey, Jen. Jen says, I'm happy to hear you're out here sharing your talent without a fancy certification. You know, look, I'm just out here showing you what not to do most of the time, Jen. You know? Like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. How are we gonna? Honestly, I kid you not. I need a sticker. I need a sticker that says, actually I have a sticker. I need to make more stickers that say problem solving skills, because that's what we teach here. I'm just here to teach you problem solving skills. If my fingernails are an Easter egg. No, I got this really, really cheap nail polish today. You can see like it's not doing so great. It's got some nicks in it. This one, even though it dried, has a pattern, like, you know, like a material pattern in it now. Look. It's just really cheap nail polish. I don't normally have fingernails, and they're growing at the moment, so I'm not complaining. And let's do something with them while they last. So I just happened to see all these neon colors in the dollar store, and I was like, yeah. I need all the colors. They didn't have green, and I was a little bit disappointed. Because I wouldn't have done so many pinks, you know? I would have done like this one, and maybe this one, and this one, and this one, and a green. But they didn't have, they were out of green. So, boo. Oh, why not create Have Fun at Michael's? Going to get some more Micron pens and paper. Have some fun. Think of us while you're there. Oh my gosh, Kim says Winsor & Newton has white ink. I think I have some Winsor & Newton white ink. But I haven't found a white ink that rolls off of my dip pen very well and shows up on black paper with, you know, with a good outcome. I don't know the words I'm looking for. Yeah, I did. Okay, Kelsey, you hold on 1 minute. I put a Sally, what is it? Sally something? I don't know. One of the good ones, you know, one of the like the nail strengthening whatever things that said top coat and base coat. And I did all that. I did a base coat, I did 2 coats of nail polish, and I did a top coat. You know how long this took me and how many times I had to hand bottles to my husband and say, shake this and open it. And how many times I had to hear him go, like that. I put a top coat on it, and I did not move my hands for like 30 minutes. And I still ended up with this later. Like, it still feels soft. I don't know, like I'm afraid to touch them. Is it Sally Hansen? I don't know. Dr. Phil Martins does a bleed proof white. Yeah, they do, and it does not do well on a dip pen. Unless maybe you add water to it. Harry Marshall says, super white arrow color is really opaque. Harry Marshall, can you message that to me, please? I would love to know. So yeah, just so you know, thanks, Melanie. Melanie reminding us that I am here every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central Time and every Wednesday at noon Central Time. And sometimes throughout the week. You guys haven't seen me since Wednesday. I have not been feeling well since, you know, Thursday. Since Thursday, it's just been kind of like, ugh. So I'm really excited that I was able to be here with you tonight. Yes, a quick, dry, glossy top coat. Yes, I need that. Tell me, message me, Kelsey, tell me what to get, because I'm all ears. Valerie, what you cooking? Listening and making dinner. What you cooking? Yes, those are Central Standard Times, yes. Super blah feeling? Ah. Mine hasn't really been blah. I've started a medication that just makes me not well. But thankfully, like, I won't have to take it for the next few weeks. But yeah, just the first few days of it, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, this is not good. Yours has been tummy yuckiness. Ugh, not fun. So not fun. All right, I know that we want to start moving this back. I don't want this to keep making this V, this pointy part. So we're gonna round this out and just cap off this V in here. So we're gonna pull a line. We're gonna pull a line that moves through here and rounds off and connects back in there. And then we can round off this V section. So we're just gonna put these little lines in here. I'm always trying to get my hand in a place where you can see, and that's a struggle sometimes. You just sent it to me. Oh, thanks, Kelsey. Thanks so much. What is that, Kim? Hang on. Taco Sunday. You're not supposed to have those on Tuesday, Lisa. Don't you know that? Kim, what is schmink? Schmink. I don't know if that's how you say it. How do you say that? And what is that? Is that a, help me out. Is that an ink? I would love to know. All right. We can move this anywhere we want to move it. Am I crazy about this section? Not really. We could always ink it in if we really don't like it. Or, hear me out. We can make it gold. Oh my gosh. Super is an acrylic paint for air paints. I don't know what air paints are. What Harry said for white ink. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Gotcha. I'll check it out. Can you message, like, look, if you're a subscriber here, message it to me, because we all know that I'm not going to remember this conversation once this is over, right? We all know that I'm going to move on to dinner, and see, I'm not a fan of having to pick my pen up in the middle of the line. We all know that I'm going to move on to dinner, and then I'm going to be moving on to updating the subscriber list, and I'm working on our March giveaway. Our March giveaway, because my birthday is in March. We celebrate all month long. I am working on what to do for y'all, because we don't just have one winner in March. All of our subscribers are winners. So it's going to be me crunching numbers, figuring out what we can do for all of our subscribers. Know what I'm saying? We usually send y'all a little something. Last year, we made a partnership with Ember Lily, and we sent out a special untangling colors for March. We sent out samples to all of our subscribers. So I don't know what we're gonna do this year. You're March 5th. I'm a lucky number in March. You'll just have to guess, but it's a lucky number. Tim, don't you come in here and talk about time change. Don't you do it. Oh my gosh. You're March, Laura, you're March 2nd. I don't know about y'all. Moon Petal, I'm sorry. You missed the party, man. You missed the party because the party is in March. I hate to break it to you. But all the party people were born in March. I have never met a March baby that I didn't like. I mean, to be honest, I've never met a baby I didn't like. Oh my gosh. Do we have new ones? Wait a minute, what are we talking about? Where's Robin? What was the last thing Robin said? Oh, whoever's in charge of the ATC address list, you need to get a copy with updates of the new addresses. Yes, we do need to update that. We've been trying to update that since we cleaned the subscriber group. So y'all, usually once a year to twice a year, usually, well, probably twice a year, we do a major clean out of the subscriber group. So if you are a subscriber and you have found that you no longer have access to the secret group, message me or message Nancy. Let us know that, hey, your subscription is in good standing. It may mean that I forgot to put you on the list as, like, if you have subscribed through Coffee, you should be on the list, but sometimes we miss it. It happens because I'm not the most organized person. I never expected to be doing what we're doing here. Look, I have so much fun, but I am not an organized person, and I apologize for that. And I am seriously doing my best to keep up with everybody and all the other things that go into having a subscriber group. And sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we accidentally boot, the wrong Kim or whatever, right? Or wires get crossed and I forget to put somebody on the subscriber list. And I'm like, hey, if they're not on the subscriber list, they gotta go. And yeah, sometimes that happens. So if you are a subscriber here and your subscription is in good standing and you have found that you no longer have access to the secret subscribers only group, please message us. Believe me, it was not on purpose. Or if your subscription lapsed during the time that we were cleaning out and your subscription is back up and running now, please let us know, because keeping up with y'all is a full-time job. Keeping up with the subscriber things, like whose subscription is here and whose isn't, and that is a full-time job. Hang on, let me catch up here. Yes, that's why you like my spirit so much, because we're March babies. You need to get your address saved to the list. Yes, you do. You do. It's important. So in case you didn't know, our subscribers have a art trading card group. So much fun. I'm telling you, we have so much fun there. And look, all those people who have left already, you see, we had like 50 people here and now we're down to 30. All those people who have just, scooted on about their day, they're just gonna miss how fabulous this looks in the end. I still don't like this little space here. We're gonna do something with it. I don't know what. But it's gonna be something. It's definitely gonna be something, So I'm gonna make some S curves in here. They all start in the same place. And it's gonna end in this little space right here. And we're gonna color it in. Just like that. So now we have some little loops in there. I don't like that little space. I don't like it. We're gonna do something with it. I don't like what it's become. So let's do something. Where are you? we have, oh, you're right here. See, when I don't like something, we have this handy dandy gold ink pen. You're watching Gone with the Wind, the regular version or the Carol Burnett version? Looks like a kapow. Okay, see, I don't like this little space, so I am gonna use this little ink pen. And we're just gonna fill it in because I don't like it. So maybe it's just gonna have these little gold nugget spaces. You know, just see, I could do the same thing here. Just these little gold nugget spaces. And all of these little loopy-loop, all these little like rainbow spaces that I don't like, just give them a little something, something. You know. Do I have any more that I'm like, don't like them? Let's bring this all the way down to there. And we'll bring this one all the way down to there. There. Okay. See, we've got this little space in here. It can be gold. Oh, we have a visitor. Hey, my baby. How you doing? I haven't seen you all day. Where you been? Oh, you're just a beautiful boy. Okay. See, now we can move forward. And we have all these little places of, shine, breaking through. Breaking through. If we really wanted to, we could add gold in these little spaces too, but I'm not gonna. Oh, you picked up the phone too late and missed Max. That's okay. Oh my goodness. You can always put him here in the chat. Oh man. I don't know what I'm gonna do when that boy moves out. I don't know that that'll be anytime soon, so I'm not that worried about it, but I do think about it from time to time. All right, see, we're gonna move this through and maybe it stops right there. We'll follow that through. Just like that. You can start it and stop it. You can put as many repetitions as you like. It doesn't have to be consistent. It doesn't have to be you know, consistent. I was looking for another word. Like, it doesn't have to be consistent in repetitions, in width, and you could use a different size fine liner. You could do like Tamu and use different colors, you know? Play a little bit. Now, I'm not gonna use different colors in mine. For this, I've done this before with different colors, but I'm not gonna do that tonight. Tonight, I'm gonna just leave it just like this. And you just bring it around until you're ready to stop. Symmetrical? It's definitely not symmetrical. Your hand is wobbly tonight? Robin, okay, look. When I find that it's, okay, Taha over here says it's so complicated. It feels complicated, but it's not. Don't overthink it. Sarah says, I just finished mine, and girl, girl, Sarah, do me a favor. Either post it and tag me, or you can message me on Instagram. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I wish that I was like Bazzy. I wish I had an extra device that I could be like, message me and I'll show it. But I'm on both my devices. Okay, Robin said she had shaky hands. Robin, I would say play into that. If you've got shaky hands, I need a paper. I need a paper. Okay, look. Here's a little black piece of paper. We can put a silver line on it. Or we can put a white line on it. We have a little white pen. If you have really shaky hands, right, then just play into it. If they're really shaky, just play into it and try to make your little thing, I won't say as fast as you can, but and then play into that. You can keep your sections really short, you know? And if your hand is still shaky, that's okay. Just keep moving it and moving it. And will it look a little bit different? Yeah, it'll look a little bit different. That's okay. I say play into those times, because sometimes I've got the jitters too. And sometimes, look, sometimes, I don't know if anybody else's hands do this. Sometimes when I'm trying to draw this nice fluid line, it's like my hand has a thought of its own. It sees a squirrel and I'm trying to draw this really smooth line and it just goes, it drives me crazy. Oh gosh. I say play into those moments. Don't try to fight those moments. You know, let it be the way it is. It'll be okay. It's just paper. Shh. Nobody else has to know that. It's just paper. If you don't like it, you can throw it away. You can set it on fire. You can fold it in half and turn it into a pocket. Your hand goes too close. It's too close. I stopped worrying about that so much. So you'll see a lot of times, so let's just create one. You'll see a lot of times if I am moving a line, let me turn this sideways so that you can see it sideways. If I'm moving this line all through here, sometimes I don't worry about how close it gets and I just let it touch. I just let it touch and it'll come back in and maybe it touches again. I stopped worrying about that so much. It's looking super interesting. Thanks, bud. How you doing? The boy came and saw me a while ago. He was in and he was out. It was super brief. Well, hey, Steffi, that's right. Saw a squirrel. Saw a squirrel. That my hand is like, I just saw a squirrel. He was whiny. I guess so. I haven't seen him all day. I haven't been able to tell him what a good boy he is. That he's got such strong shoulders. Look. You like when the lines bump because it makes a place to add depth. Yeah. See, it makes a place to add these when they bump. These little spaces to color in, they can add a lot. So don't worry about if they touch. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. I wish I spoke Spanish. I know we have somebody here who speaks Spanish. Come on, Lisa, help us out. Help us out, Lisa. Hang on, where did it go? I don't know where it went. There it is. Can I hold it down and translate it? Oh, yes, if you decide to draw with us, thank you so much. I'm so glad. I feel like tonight is a good night to draw along. We sort of had a plan. That's always a good thing. Until we don't, and then things go sideways, and that's okay too. We learn in those moments too. But yeah, if you want to draw along, tonight is a good night to draw along because tonight is not about the outcome. It's about letting go, lowering your expectations, not placing so much what's the word I'm looking for? I think just letting go of the perfection that you're seeking or the outcome that you're seeking and living in the moment. So literally just taking line by line and living in the moment. Oh yeah, Heidi, I saw that. I was able to translate it. And I'm excited about that. I love when people draw along. Just be aware if you're drawing along, you're usually drawing along at your own risk, because at any moment it could go awry. So we are making these little loops in this one. There are people out there who make some beautiful, like large loop images. Oh, they're just gorgeous, and I wish that I could do them. But I'm not that skilled yet. Don't know if you could tell. Oh, you're driving and listening. Hey, Beth Robin, how you doing? Hey, Clint, how are you doing this evening? I'm so glad you're here. I have not been here since Wednesday. I so wanted to do a live stream on Saturday, on yesterday. Was it yesterday or Friday? I can't remember. It was one of those days. And I just couldn't make it. So I think it's y'all. Y'all give me the hiccups. I have the hiccups again. Imposter syndrome be gone. Have you seen me draw a butterfly, Tamu? Oh my gosh. It's been a minute for you too. Yep. Oh gosh. Wandering around and talk to people. Oh my goodness. You've been busy. Oh, your new channel's growing fast. I'm so glad, Clint. That's awesome. I am struggling to get mine to grow here on YouTube. Believe it or not, my Instagram is doing pretty well, but my YouTube channel, I am just like, it's like pulling teeth. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh my gosh. You should fill the whole background with it. Go for it. Fill the whole background with it. Do it. I say do it. You're kind of leaving some white space. That's okay too. You could always do other things in the white space. A lot of times in the spaces that have the larger sections like these and this over here and maybe some of these, sometimes I will go in and put like bubbles or something in them. Let me see if I have one over here. Where did I put it? Where is my bag? Maybe I can show you an example of, here we go. Okay, so I made one of these on a small card. I made 2 of these on a small card. And I did one where I put just like bubbles in it, in the larger spaces. And then I did one where I put a different background around it. So there's lots of things that you can do with it. Clint says, I drew a jellyfish the other day. It came out pretty good. Aw, I'm so glad. So lots of different things that you can do with these. We have, let's see here. Doing a little crochet work while you listen. Oh, how nice. We did one that turned out looking a little bit like Max. I don't know how that happened. It just did. It wasn't planned. But it just came out that way. So I like doing these. I have a whole section in my album where, you know, like we'll leave open space sometimes. It doesn't have to be all filled in. You can leave little strands. And they don't have to look like anything. I think that's what I like about this pattern, is it doesn't have to look like anything. Oh, Kirsten sent you star paper. Nice. I keep telling them I do not need one more hobby. They keep trying to get me into making stars, and I'm like, You can fill space with it. So you can have a designated space that you fill with it. You can use different colors. I was not crazy about this one. For one, it's in color pencil. And I just wasn't crazy about it. But it's there. It's on the page, and it's going to live there. So, you know. Oh, have fun, Lisa. You can use it as a background for other things, like, you know, fun stuff, good times. See, we left little loops in here, but we didn't color them in. We left them empty. So even these have little loops here and there. We have one of these where we put color shifting paint from Ember Lily in the loops. And we made it look like shoestrings. I don't know what it looks like, but shoestrings. Now, if you were to ask me to do this again, I could not tell you how I did this. Tamu says, I rebuke the imposter attacking your butterflies. My butterflies are struggling, man. I could add or alter the pencil one, and I have thought about it many times, Harry Marshall. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But yeah, I love so if you were looking over here on YouTube, all this is pink, like pink. Let's see if I can get it to, I can't even get it to shift pink here on, God, it's like pink. I can't even get it to shift pink here on stinking TikTok. How do I get it to shift pink on TikTok? Maybe it's just me. Is it orange over there or is it pink? Because it sure looks pink over there. Over here it looks orange and gold and green. I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's super fantastic. So, you know, something you could do. We added it here around a heart, so you could add it around something and make it look like it's overgrown. Fun stuff. Okay. Shh. You didn't see that. Y'all, this is Pearl. Pearl. This poor baby. Pearl, don't let him talk bad about you. You are lovely. You are beautiful. Everybody, this is Pearl. Pearl has thumbs. I don't know. I don't know what, sometimes things happen. See, sometimes things go sideways and things happen. And, but now you can see that pink in there, right? You can see the pink and the gold and the orange, right? Okay. So sometimes things happen. Just so you know, I can't draw butterflies. We have tried several times. And by several, I mean for almost 2 years now, we have tried drawing butterflies. And they all come out with some issue. Tamu says, I love that one. I remember doing it. I'm telling you, you draw along at your own risk. It happens. It happens. Okay, this next page, we actually need to add, this whole section was meant for like this Senna pattern. And I put a base foundation down and we need to finish it at some point. So my thought is to add it to more of these leaves and then to have some of these other patterns in here too. But haven't finished it yet. It's living with the dragon. If you know, you know. So eventually this will be done. Maybe we'll do it on a live stream together at some point. I know, right? Bless Pearl's heart. Everybody talks bad about Pearl. You can make flowers out of this pattern. Super simple. Y'all, get ready. You're not ready. This next one we call anger management because it did not come out like we wanted it to. But it lives on this page now. Oh gosh. So, you know, it lives there now. It's a big blue dot. And then we've got this Senna pattern in, you know, throughout here. So, like in this little leaf, right? In these leaves. Easy peasy. We put it in a tree, and because we can't draw a rock wall, see, we made anger management into a button. And we just glued rocks to the page. Easy peasy. This one isn't necessarily Senna, but it's reminiscent to me because I didn't have a plan. So it was just a bunch of lines that ended up like, I don't know, some kind of floral or under the sea thing, you know? And then that's the last page in this section. So now you see the kind of things that I do with this pattern. Oh, Kim, I'm so glad you were here. It's Senna-esque. Yeah, Senna-esque. That section is more for meandering, I guess. For the moments when I don't necessarily need a plan or an outcome. It's just a moment to meander. We are halfway finished, so we're gonna get to getting because we've been here a little while. So let's get to getting and let's finish this. Our pen is starting to dry out because we did not put a cap on it. We're gonna move this around here. Just like this. Then we can fill this one in. Just like that. So don't overthink it. Just kind of let it do its own thing. Let it go its own way. There, see? No right or wrong. You can do what you want. You have a blob becoming a rainbow, or the other way around. Robin says mine is turning out to look like a crazy lady with a beard. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see these. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna love this so much. Oh gosh, it's gonna be the best. The best, I tell you. Ugh. All right, see, it met right there. So now we have this big loop, and we're not gonna color this whole loop in. It's too big. This loop is too big, so we're gonna continue to move this around. There, see, now we have a smaller loop in there. And look, if you get to a place where you don't like it, where you're like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have gone this far, who's gonna know? Ink it over. You could still make this a big black blob right here. Just ink it in. The beauty of this is it doesn't have a structure. Nobody's gonna know what it was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know my hands get in the way all the time. I'm so sorry. It's because we have two camera setups, and to be able to see y'all, I can't put my camera way over, or else I can't see the comments. So yeah, my hands end up in the way all the time. Little houses. Hey, Rowena, how are you doing? It's a chance of cloudy with the meatballs. Oh my gosh. I mean, here, look, let's see. We can move y'all over a little bit. Let's just move our YouTube friends here, and we can move y'all over just a little bit. Hang on, we gotta move our YouTube friends. See, this is what happens. We move our YouTube friends so that they can see, and then we can move you guys so that you can see. And, but then we've got to make sure that you're not in the way of our YouTube friends. So here we go. You're still in the way of our YouTube friends. Okay. Move our YouTube friends. There we go. Okay, but see, now I have trouble seeing our comments, so I'm just gonna do the best I can. Rowena says it's a nice sunny day there. Oh, I love that. Harry Marshall says the results is the soul played on paper. I love it. I love it. Okay. So we're continuing to move up through here, and you can either like keep moving up through, or you can follow the line around. A lot of times I follow the line around just so that it has some fluid movement around, and it doesn't look like everything keeps traveling up. Like right here, you can see it looks like everything is traveling in a line. I'm trying to avoid that, but try as I might. Sometimes it's just there. So let's do this. We're gonna have these spaces in here because these come to a point. We're gonna have these spaces in here that are gonna look like this, and we're just gonna fill them in with gold because I don't like the other thing that we did. So we're gonna make a line. So we're just making a new line. We're making a new line. And maybe it looks like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You could add new lines in there. You could ink it in. We're gonna fill it with gold. Why? Why not? Why not? I say, why not? We fill it with gold. We're just gonna fill it just like that. We fill it just like that. See, and we're gonna fill this space too. Maybe it doesn't go all the way down. Maybe it just does like that. There. Now, see there? Easy peasy. Watercolor markers. Wait a minute. Hey, Brandy, how you doing? You didn't use thin lines at all. You started with markers, went to outline markers, then finished. Ooh, Donna, I can't wait to see it. If you care to share, you can either post it and tag me, or you can send it to me. If you are not a subscriber here, you can send it to me via messages on Instagram, or if you are a subscriber, post it in the secret group. I think we would love to see what we've all been working on. I like to keep my lines a little bit shorter. That's just me, because I don't like picking up my pen in the middle of a line, because then when I try to connect them, sometimes they don't connect smoothly. So I just try to keep my lines manageable, like as long as I can make them without having to lift my pen. So we can potentially make another little thing here if we want to, but we don't have to. Like, I don't think I want to make another one here. I don't know that I want to make another, solid loop here, but I might want to make one here. Let's see if we can manage to do that. Well, hey, Heidi, how you doing? Hey, Kath. Let's catch up with our friends real quick. How you doing, Kath? It's good to see ya. All right. So we're gonna make a new section here. It's gonna move around like this and move around like this. And we're gonna stop because we're gonna stop short of this loop because we want it to become a loop. So we don't wanna fill that space. I do generally follow the loop around a little bit, just so that, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. I do like to follow this loop around, so when I pull the line, I'll loop it, I'll sway it in, and I don't just stop. I don't just pull it straight up and stop. I follow that curve around to give it a little bit of movement. Then from the other side, we're gonna pull it from the other side and do the same thing. Just give it a little something there, and then we can fill it in. It's a little loop. And it doesn't look like any of the other loops. We want that to keep moving around so that it doesn't end up in a pointy part. Because we're going to end up with a pointy part down here anyway, on this other end. and that's okay. There. So we've filled that space. Sure, it looks a little wonky. That's okay. It doesn't have to look all the same. Oh, thanks so much for the roses, Tammy. I appreciate that. Well, hi, Isabel. How are you doing? The art's looking good so far? So far, so good. You currently just did laundry, trying to get a, hang on. You just did laundry and now you're getting a little tired. I think that's what you were saying. Well, I'm glad you decided to join us. Tonight is a great night to join us. We are filling space. This is pretty much what we're doing. We're just filling space. All right. I want this to start curving around. So let's just make it curve around. So really what I'm looking for is I'm looking at places that end up becoming pointy. Like all these gold spaces were just a bit too pointy for what I was looking for. I want to keep everything fluid. And the way that we do that is when things start getting a little pointy, we just create new space. You can start and stop anywhere. You've learned quite a bit from it. Thanks, Tammy. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Tammy, seeing your name here reminds me to tell everybody be checking your subscription, because our end of the month giveaway is coming up rather quickly, next weekend as a matter of fact. And we're gonna have some fun stuff in our giveaway. We're gonna have some coloring books from people that we know and love, so make sure that your subscription is active, especially after all the hiccups that we've been through with TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So just be checking your subscription, make sure that it's all active if you wanna remain in the subscriber group and as a part of the giveaway. More importantly, for me, like, I don't know how you guys feel, but for me, being a part of the subscriber group is way more important and of so much more benefit than the giveaway. The giveaway is just something that we do for fun. It's just my way of putting things back into the community and saying, hey, thanks for being here. Because without you guys, our community wouldn't be what it is, you know? I appreciate the time and effort that you guys put into the subscriber group. I really do. Never did I think that we would be here doing this. So this whole process of having a group, having subscribers, all these things, it's all new to me. Even though we've been doing this for a little over a year now, it's still all new to me. So I thank you for your patience in, especially over the last month. I thank you for your patience while we have dealt with what it's going to look like if we have to move our subscriptions somewhere else, or what it's going to look like, you know, if we have to change platforms. Y'all, that, I tell you what, January and through mid-February, oh, that was an experience. That was like, I have taken some time to rest because that was exhausting. So I really, really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me and just being patient, because I know that so many of you are very structured and need a plan, and I am not a good planner. So I truly appreciate your patience with me as we figure out next steps and what we're doing. So I'm super excited that we were able to be back on this platform and rocking and rolling as usual. That has been like such a relief. You just don't even know. For me, it is not about, you'll hear me say goofy things like, hey, we need more team members, so be clicking the heart at the top of the screen, right? You'll hear me say goofy things like that, but never am I pandering for gifts. And like, I appreciate the gifts more than you know. The gifts are like above and beyond our subscriber fund, and I truly, truly appreciate that. But you're not going to hear me, be like, hey, we've got to reach a gift goal. No, no, we don't. Sometimes it's just fun. But it's not a true goal. Like, I'm not making a living over here. You know what I'm saying? Harry Marshall, I'm so glad you're in our group. Oh my gosh, Harry Marshall is a hoot, y'all. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if you're joining in and drawing with me this evening, I would love to see the outcome of what you've drawn. So you can either message me on Instagram, or if you are in the secret subscribers only group, put it there. I would love to see it. I do turn my paper from time to time, just so that I can make my lines a little more fluid. See, that one didn't go so well, so that's okay. We're gonna keep rolling with it. We're just gonna keep rolling with it. And it's just gonna end right there, just because it is. It just is. See, now we have this whole space to do something with. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. We don't really have any inside, we don't really have any outside loops. These filled in loops, we don't really have any on the outside. So I don't think I'm going to create one of these filled in loops in here. I think I'm just gonna let it live the way it is, just like this one and this one and this one. I think all the outside loops I'm just gonna leave the way they are. But if you wanted to create that space into a loop, you certainly could. It lends itself pretty well for that. I use a lot of S curves in drawing this pattern. But if you just wanted to use like C curves, you could do that. That's what all these outside sections are. They're just a bunch of C curves. And Anahi is over here coloring. Tell me about what you're coloring. Just the heart. Oh, you mean color just the heart. Well, that's something that we could do too. There's no right or wrong in this. Any decision is an okay decision. You don't have to overthink it. You like the ripples? Well, thanks. When those two lines start to meet up, I'll just let them. It'll be all right. We just let them meet up. Maybe we have a space that moves around like this. So that we can start to put another loop in here. Like that. See, now we have another loop. If we want to make it a little smaller, well, we can do that. We can make it a little smaller. And then we fill it in. Just like that. You painted over him really well and tinted him with blue mica powder. He's alive again. I am so disappointed, Lori. I was looking forward to a melty marshmallow snowman. Gah. I was so hoping you were just going to put him on a graham cracker and send him my way. I would have given him a name and everything. You're putting your foot down, huh? No, no means no. He will not be a melty marshmallow. Nice and charred. Oh, curves are nature's beautiful soothers, indeed. Indeed. We just keep moving around the image. Maybe it crosses over and crosses back, you know. Crosses over and crosses back. I usually cross them at the same point every time, but I don't do a bunch of rows because then it starts to get really pointy in here. It starts to create this point, this V shape. TJ, people seem to think so, but no, I've had my coffee. I drank my coffee. It's in there. I drank my coffee. I just love to laugh. Look, I feel like if you have not found the opportunity to laugh, then you're not living. or you're at least not living right. Oh, the cup. Okay, the cup came from Angela from Doodle Momentum. And it's just lovely. It's dot painted. It's hand painted from Angela from Doodle Momentum. And did I mess it up in the dishwasher? Shh, don't tell her. I did. See, I messed it up in the dishwasher. Shh, she doesn't have to know. She doesn't have to know. Right, Sarah? If you're not laughing, you're not living right. I always find moments to, you know, find something to enjoy in life. Life is hard enough. It just is, no matter what. Life is just hard enough. And sometimes you really gotta dig deep to find a moment to laugh. But I do think it is important to surround yourself with, you know, put people in your life that are able to find those moments. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's what I am for my husband. My husband can, I tell people all the time, this man was grown from the day he was born. He's just one of those people. He was grown since the day he was born. And if he wasn't married to me, he'd probably never laugh. Oh my goodness. I agree, Brandy. We need a class from Lindsay's mom on handmade albums. I totally agree. We did have to postpone our biscuit making class with Melanie. She's had some things that she's had to deal with, and I was just not at my best Saturday anyway. So it actually was wonderful that we postponed. I meant to tell y'all that and I forgot. But we did postpone Saturday's class. We don't have a definite date for it, but soon we're gonna make biscuits together. In case you're wondering, our subscriber group is a fantastic place where we have even more fun. We do lots of things in our subscriber group that, you know, aren't necessarily art related. We have classes from time to time. I try to do them at least once a month where we do something a little bit different, or we practice something that maybe we find out most of us have supplies for and we've just never used them. It happens. So we have classes on those things from time to time, and they're just a lot of fun. They are of no extra cost to our subscribers. It's just something fun that we do. I let our subscribers take a little bit of ownership and teach those classes. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this one a little larger like this, just so that we can smooth out this line. And then we color it in. We color it in just like this. Y'all, that was a squirrel moment. So the screen is just above my eye line. And somebody's tapping, right? Somebody's tapping the screen. And now that I know it's hearts, because what my brain saw was spider, big spider on the screen. It just saw something moving and immediately thought spider. Because I've really gotta like look way up to be able to see the screen. So if I'm missing your comments, it's because we have moved the camera and I'm having trouble seeing. Oh gosh. Have I mentioned the big hidden Discord channel exists? I have not. Our subscriber group also has a Discord channel. And this is usually where we do classes. We do classes on the Discord channel. It's a lot of fun. Oh no, Robin, I can't wait to see what your final image looks like. This is gonna be amazing. Okay, so see, we're getting a little pointy part up here. I don't want things to get super pointy. So I am just gonna make a little rounded space like that. And then I can go color this in. Maybe it does like that. Okay, then I can color that in with this gold pen. And I'll just color this little space in just like this. See? Just like that. Easy peasy. Ta-da! All right. So because we can start and stop wherever we want, whenever you're ready to create a new space, well, just start your line in a different place. And there you go. Oh, somebody going somewhere. It's dinner time. Every time dinner rolls around, we're like, hey, we have food for you. You don't have to go spend money. And off he goes. Off he goes. Grown children. Me too, Harry Marshall. I hope she has a twirly mustache. That's right. Okay. So we just have this little space left. I don't know what's going to happen in here. Will it turn into a loop? I don't know. We'll have to find out. See, we can come around this way and we can follow that line around. Okay, thank you. We can follow it around. I feel like because we have a larger space here, I can make that line a little bit longer. Maybe we make a few shorter lines. I don't know. All right. So one of the other issues that I have with starting in the same place, depending on the paper that you're using, is sometimes it can start to peel the paper or eat through the paper, or depending on the fine liners that you're using or the markers you're using or whatever you're using. But it can cause a problem sometimes. So when that starts to happen, that's usually a good indicator for me for like, hey, let's make a change. Let's make a change. Hey, Deeds, how you doing? Hey, Fox Doddles. Oh, I missed you. I missed your comment. How you doing? All right. So let's fill in this space, right? We want to... Oh, I hear our owls. They're out there. We want to round out some of these edges. Ooh, I hear those owls tonight. All right. So obviously, this is prime for, we can make it into a loop. New and improved melty snowman. You have one out back too? Hey, Dawn Marie, how are you doing? It can all be tall, big hair. Just draw a face. Just draw a face. Harry Marshall, you know what happened the last time we tried to draw a face. It did not go so well. You fixed him. Oh, so excited, Lori. And at the same time, I'm so disappointed. Oh, I feel like, how could you? How could you? He was perfect, and then you went and ruined it. Dawn Marie, I am good. Oh my goodness. He could be a toasted, that's what I said. He could be a marshmallow snowman. You know, maybe he's a little charred, but that's okay. I'm highly disappointed that she did not listen to my input. So now we've made a little loop. We can color in this little loop. And we have this going on, so we're just gonna connect it back over there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's turn our paper, because I feel like I'm trying to draw backwards. So maybe we'll make one more loop here. And it comes back in that way. And now we can start to make I don't know, sections from somewhere else. We just start them from somewhere else. A lot of times I will draw a few lines on one side and then I'll start working from the other side just so that it doesn't look like one big repetitive space. So we just make a new section. When you want the shape to change, just change the shape of your line. And now we have a little loop in here that we can use. See, we've started to fill it up with loops. I'm liking it so far. Of course, we have this little V space in here and we have this little V space in here. So let's draw a connection and then we can fill that in with gold and we can fill this other one in with gold as well. So we fill it in and we fill it in. I know what you're thinking. Man, look, the past few live streams, we've had a plan and nothing's gone sideways. That doesn't mean that next time. Hey, Jazzline, how you doing? What's the difference between a fine liner and just a small nib pen? Tammy, that's a good question. I have no idea. I feel like that's a Nancy question. What is the difference between a fine liner and just a small nib pen? I don't know. I tell you all the time, I don't know what I'm doing here. That is a piece of information that I don't know. Oh, it's pronounced Jazzleen. I'm sorry. Oh, I can just say Jazz instead. Well, hey, Jazz. How are you doing? Thanks for correcting me. I get names wrong all the time. Sometimes I have to write them down. Sometimes I have to write them down so that I remember them for next time. And then I'll promptly lose the piece of paper. So, you know. That's a good question. Anybody know what's the difference? I'm good, Jazz. I hope you're well this evening. Anybody know the difference between, Tim might know too. We did spend a lot of time on bamboo. Yes, we did. Only to not do it in the end. Only for you guys to chicken out and say, no, we're scrapping that idea. No bamboo. We're not drawing bamboo. Oh my gosh. Anybody know the difference between a regular small nib pen and a fine liner? I feel like I normally reference fine liners as waterproof, but I don't know if that's like the reason they're called fine liners. I really have no idea. Nancy says fine liners are made for art and are mostly waterproof or water resistant. There you go. That's usually what I call fine liners is usually if it's water resistant or waterproof, I'll tend to call it a fine liner. Because there are plenty of small nib pens. My husband used to have to order pens from Japan because he writes so stinking tiny. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We don't want to necessarily make a pointy thing right there, but we also don't want to let's just do this. So it's just going to become this weird little space. And maybe we can turn it into a loop. Let's see what we can do. So I feel like if we move it out and back in, then we can start to create this kind of space in here. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to move this out and back in. And out and back in. And out and back in. And yes, we have another little loop here. Let's just fill it in. Why not? We'll just fill it in. And we're just going to keep making some little things in here until we have a smaller loop. That way these two loops don't necessarily connect very strongly. Do I like it? Not really. I will probably make one of these a bigger loop. It will probably be this one. So we'll just give it a stronger connection. Why the heck not? You know what? We'll just color it in all the way to here. Why? Because we can. We can. Who's stopping us? Nobody. We'll round that out a little bit. And now we've made a larger loop. So there we go. Now we have a bunch of loops. What do you think? It's something that we did this evening. I like it. I'm not mad at it. Oh, Jazz, thank you so much for being here. Well, hey, Ash, how you doing? And we'll have to make this one into a post. Because I really enjoy doing these patterns because you can really just kind of let go of expectations. It doesn't have to look like anything. You don't have to have the end product in mind. I am good, Ash. Rose says, I'll try tomorrow. Oh, Rose, I'm holding you to it. I'm going to be asking, did Rose try it? And Brandy just did this recently. I do really enjoy this pattern just for the sake of putting ink on paper without expectations. It's really nice. Really easy to do because there's no right or wrong, you know? So yeah, I would love if you tried this too. It makes nice wallpaper. I would love if you draw along with me. It always makes me happy to see what you guys come up with, because some of you, I'm gonna tell you what, some of you in the subscriber group, when you draw with me and you come back and show me what you did, I am like, well, shoot, why am I even here? why did I even bother? But I sincerely enjoy whenever you guys draw along with me and show me how your creation turned out. You were able to see the finished piece. Yay! I know it takes us a little while. Laurel says I end up spending like 3 days on the live. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, this has been a ton of fun. I appreciate you hanging out with me and drawing along with me. Let's just fill a couple of these. There we go. I sincerely appreciate all the time that you guys spend with me. So every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central and every Wednesday at noon Central, and you know, plenty of days in between there when I have time. Those are always just like peekaboo, like you know, set your notifications so that you know, or subscribe because you'll be sent a notification in the secret group. That way you know when I'm live on the days that are not scheduled. Our scheduled days are Sundays at 5 p.m. and Wednesdays at noon Central Time. Oh, for CK, it is the morning. CK, oh my goodness. We are winding down and I'm about to go have dinner. So you, my friend, are living in the future. You're going to be watching this live to make this. Check out the YouTube. I will put it on YouTube. Hubby starts his new job in the morning. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Oof, that's been a minute. Laurel, that has been a minute. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go have dinner. But yeah, if you wanna see a replay of this, Dawn, remind me to make it public because I've gotta wait for it to do its thing. So just remind me to make it public if you don't see it in a little while. But yeah, check it out on YouTube. Give me a subscribe there, and I would appreciate the follows and, you know, the views over there as well, because we're trying to be able to enhance our viewer experience during the live stream on YouTube. And the only way that we can do that is with a little help from you guys. So tonight, tomorrow, remind me tomorrow, because it might take a little while for it to whatever it's got to do so that it can actually replay. So yeah, just remind me in the morning. Or, I mean, you know, I'll probably still be up. You can remind me later tonight. It doesn't matter. I just know I'm going to forget. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I will see you guys again definitely on Wednesday at noon Central Time. Maybe before then, it's anybody's guess. So make sure your notifications are set so that you know when I go live. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye now.